Good evening, Gogglefroggers. Do not adjust your settings. Welcome to episode 300. And we are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to 300! Cheers!
Yes.
Yama.
Where is it? Yeah. Can you see it? No.
Oh, Baileys.
Yeah. I got perfect for today.
And what have you got, Marion?
Sorry, agua.
Tom Gas?
Might get one later. I couldn't decide which gin to have. The pomegranate and rose looked interesting. And then I thought, what mixer do I have with it? So I couldn't make up my mind what gin to have.
Oh dear. I'm just going to go and be technical support to somebody. It won't keep you a second.
Oh, right. Okay. So, yes, and something especially for Robert. I've left this until now because this is just a twisted headband. And a twisted headband, you just do a cable. One cable on its own. It's really simple. So I thought I'd do it on live on our 300th episode. But yeah, it's some yarn I found. I thought, oh, that looks interesting. So yeah.
What yarn is it?
I love the colours.
Do you know what? When I first started knitting again, I remember there was this weird buzzword. Because I hadn't knitted since I was about 13, 14. And then I went to a knit and natter and everyone said this 5-letter word called stash. And I thought, I've just got to get stuff. So I went onto eBay and got this. And actually, it's quite nice. It was cheap as chips, I think. I don't know. But yeah, so I thought that's perfect headband. A little twist in it and it should keep my little ears warm as well. So I've got no idea what it is. I only know that I recommended it once in a knit and natter group and somebody else ordered some and they weren't happy with what they got. And I thought, well, I was really happy with mine. So
you can please some of the people some of the time and all of the people none of the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things, recommendations. Yeah, so yeah, I just picked it up and I thought, well, I've got 3 skeins. It's enough to do something with it. So I'm going to do a little hat in it, going to do a little marple scarf in it, and I'm going to do a twisted thing. And I thought just for Robert and anyone else who isn't comfortable with cables, all you need is a pen or one of them. That's it. So we'll do a cable live. So I can do the path. We'll do that in a bit. I'll have a sup or two of Baileys first. And cheers to 300.
Oh, I know.
When you said it was for Robert, I thought you were actually knitting it for Robert.
Right, you can have one as well because there's some orange in it.
Well, that's what I thought when I saw the orange
I'll
and
do
the
one
grey.
for both of us, Robert. You can have a headband as well.
Okay.
and then people will know that we're friends. I think it's rather fetching colours. Very fetching. Do you know what I love the most out of this? What colour do you think I love the most out of those?
The pink or the grey.
Pink.
It's like beige. I just love beige. Grey. It's like a taupe sort of colour. I know the colours go weird, but yeah. I love that. They're nice.
Do you know what we should do, Angela?
What's that?
We should go back to that shop in Sheringham wearing matching headbands and see what they say.
And for anybody who hasn't heard this story, whenever me and Robert go anywhere, they always think we're husband and wife. And we got outside the shop and Robert said, oh, I want to have a look in here. So we walked into the shop and I wasn't really interested. And the salespeople came up to me and they said to Robert, oh, there's a seat there, sir, if you'd like to take a seat while she shops. And he went, no, I've come in for me. So he's then looking through all of these beautiful scarves and things like that. So they were, I think he could seriously say confused.com, weren't they? They couldn't quite work out. It's just like, no, we both knit. So it's just weird. But yeah, we'll go back into Sheringham. Yeah, we'll do that with matching headbands and see if they twig. We'll probably think you're just wearing it for effect.
Do you remember a television program called The Good Life?
Love it, love it, love
you
it.
Remember that couple on it that they wore identical jumpers all the time? Friends of the Goods. No, not The Good Life. No. Oh, crikey. It still had oh dear. It had the fella in The Good Life in it. Somebody help me, please.
I'm sorry.
Penelope Wilson was in it.
What, Jerry?
No, that
Jerry
was The Good Life.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one.
The good man. Tom Good.
Tom Good.
Yeah.
Ever decreasing circles. Thank you, Brigitte.
Was it? I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I don't. But when you said that about matching, I remember an incident where people I know, can I say whether they're family or not? No, I won't. But same shade jeans, same creases down the front, same shade blue shirts and same shade Pringle jumpers over the top. And that was like, oh my God, do couples do this? I didn't realise that some couples do. I think it's very nice if they do.
Yeah. Well, Brigitte's got it spot on, thank you. Howard and Hilda. And Janice, yes, thank you. Richard Bryars, who played Tom Good and this man in Ever Decreasing Circles, who is married to Penelope Wilson.
Anyway, do you know what? In true Gogglefrog style,
haven't done anything.
The drink already. Marion's chatting with me, and Robert's got his head in his hands, and we're only on 10 past, thinking, I can't control these two. We can't keep to the schedule, and we should be doing something else by now.
It's not the schedule, it's the fact that we haven't even said hello, who we are and what we're doing here.
It's 300, and I am going to admit this is my second Baileys.
Okay, right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 300 of Gogglefrogs, Knit and Natter. And we started this at the beginning of the very first lockdown. And I say first because I think we're about to go into lockdown number 4.
Oh, my God, no.
I really hope we don't. But, hey, let's just... so we started this in March last year. We started 5 days a week, then we dropped to 4. Now we're at 3, and from January we're going to 2. But we will keep going for as long as you need us. If this is your first time, if you are on a laptop, there is a chat box on the right hand side. Please do drop in there and say where you are joining us from this evening. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you have to swipe left to get the chat box and then swipe right to come back to us. The rules. There are no rules. It's Wednesday night. We don't talk politics. That's the only rule that we have. Everything else is completely topic. And be forewarned, it's Wednesday evening. It is a party, so we have no agenda, and we're just here to make you laugh and have a bit of a giggle. If you want to do some knitting, then do. If you want to do some crochet, do. If you've got another craft, do. However, be forewarned, you might be undoing it at some point, because that's generally what happens on a special show, isn't it?
Definitely. So the fact I'm going to do a cable is just like, whoa.
I wouldn't bother, Angela.
No, I wouldn't either. So this is episode 300, and it is a party, and so there will be some surprises along the way. Be warned. There may be tears. There may be butter. No, there's not butter tonight. I promise. No butter.
No butter.
Which reminds me, strangely,
No!
I bought a new
No.
but it's
I have
got
the power
crystals
computer and I'm
in
not
it.
free to use it.
She bought some meat and she couldn't believe it wasn't meat.
Oh,
Sorry.
dear. Right, shall we see some hellos? Oh, I've forgotten Facebook. Gogglefrogs, Craft and Natter. We may get to that. We may not.
My hair's coming down already.
Oh, bless you.
All
It looks
the effort
so
I
nice.
went to put it up, I thought, yeah, I'll make an effort. And then
You made an effort and then we
and
turned
I am
up.
not on the
I-
there we go.
I put lipstick on. It's probably the first time in weeks I've put lipstick on.
Gary went to the extreme effort of making the office more of a mess than it is normally. You can see.
Yay!
That looks like my house. What are you on about? That looks fine.
Oh dear. What have I forgotten? YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, replay.
Hello.
Should we
Hello,
say hello?
2050.
Sorry, Marion.
I said hello, 2050.
God,
Yes.
how old will I be? Oh, I'll still be having fun.
I will be 72 in 2050.
Hang on.
Oh,
That's 29 years away, isn't it?
Yes.
I tell you what I'll be doing. How old will I be then? So I don't know, 80, something like that, 80 something, and I can
I'll be
guarantee
97.
I'm still going to be pushing up the Baileys.
If I'm 72, Angela, you'll be.
Sorry, you were supposed to laugh at that. That was supposed to be a joke.
Oh, sorry.
I'm joking. Well, it was supposed to be a joke, but I know my jokes aren't funny.
I thought it was just a play on the fact that your unofficial surname is the same as what you're drinking.
No, it was like at 80 something. I could easily be pushing up the daisies.
But you're going to be pushing
I said
up
I'll be
Baileys
pushing
instead.
up the Baileys. Sorry, it's how my brain works. It's so fragmented and weird. But never mind. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
We may have one person in the world who got that joke, but probably not. I have to explain every
I
joke.
just didn't laugh.
Right. Shall we say some hellos? We're going to go bottom to top, and we're going to go, hi, Mummy.
Hello, Jean.
Hello, Jean. Can I just
No,
say she'll watch the
my mummy.
replay? Oh, sorry, your
Your
mum.
mum. Oh, hello, Wendy.
Hello, Mummy. Hello, Robert.
It's Wendy, isn't it?
Yeah. And then we'll say, hello, Mummy number 2, which is Angela's mum.
And my
Hello,
mum's
Jean.
on
Is she
FaceTime
watching?
to my dad.
Oh,
my
so
dad's
she's not
in his
watching.
room. No, because they're both watching the repair shop together. But they'll watch this on replay after, so it's fine. But they can hear, so my mum's telling my dad what's happening.
And then we say hi,
Okay.
Sally.
Hello.
We say hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello, Rebecca.
We say hi, Louise.
Hi.
We say hi, Judy.
Hello.
We say hi, Janice.
Hello.
We say hi, Jane.
Hello.
We say hello, Georgie.
Hello.
We say hi, Deborah.
Hello.
We say hi, Brigitte.
Hello.
And now we want to know what the hell has made Marion fall to pieces.
I know. What have you sat on?
He said, hello, Bailey's £10 a litre in Sainsbury's.
£9.99 in Morrison's.
It just made me laugh. It's just the way she said Bailey's £10 a litre. And I'm thinking, Angela's worth more than £10 a litre.
Only to some.
Thanks, Mum.
Oh dear.
It's all in the best possible taste.
Of course, darling. Oh God. Well,
See, what you don't know is, 1, she knows because she works there, and 2, she knows because she's the person that buys it all from them to take home a drink because it's her favourite as well.
yes. Well, it all started off with the Tesco's. because it's 20 quid in Tesco's, but with your club card, it's 12. I thought that was a bargain until I went into, until I saw this advert and I thought it can't be true. Do you know what? It's too good to be true. And then I was in the aisle and I went, oh, there's no Baileys on that offer. And the guy said it's by the entrance. So I went all the way to the entrance to get a £9.99 bottle of Baileys. And now every time I pop in into Morrison's for a bottle of milk, a bit of cat food, there's another bottle of Baileys. So when it comes to Christmas Day, I'm going to be swimming in it.
It levitates, does it, into your basket?
I want to try
I can't remember which way round it was. Either Jack Daniels or Jim Beam was on offer with a club card in Tesco's, 12 quid instead of 20, and I thought that was pretty good. So
and then they all get on it. So when that's happening, you go to every blooming supermarket and, you know, get the best deal.
None of the others did have it at that price. So as it was Richard's birthday, I got one. And I thought, oh, I'll get two. I got the last one on the shelf.
Oh.
I want to try the strawberry and cream one.
They've got there's lots of different ones. I do remember one day being in an airport, flying off somewhere, and thankfully the duty-free sample tray was open, and it was Baileys and whiskey. So I do remember at like 3 a.m. in the morning, or 4 a.m. in the morning, thinking, "Oh, this is nice." I do actually think we were on our way to Germany. So but it was fun.
We were at, where were we? One of the ports in Porto, and we were coming back, going back on ship, and they had a few shops, and one of them was they were tasting port, so of course we had to taste some port. So we go, oh, that's really nice. So we bought a bottle, and he said, "You're my friend now." So I said, "If you were my friend," I said, "you'd give me that half bottle of white port," with a big smile on my face and joking. So he picked it up and he gave it to me. A half bottle. And I said, "No, I was joking." He says, "No." He said, "You made me smile. Have it, madam."
Oh.
Very nice it is too.
Shall we catch up on some chat? And then I think we might pause for a musical interlude. So Deborah says, "Evening all." Brigitte says, "Evening peeps, 300. Yay!" Louise says, "Good evening and happy 300 everyone." Georgie says, "Evening lovely people, happy 300. Janice says, "Happy 300th birthday." Oh, Deborah says, "Happy 300. Judy says, "Hello everyone and congratulations. Just popping in and we'll see you on catch up. Need to recover from a fall." Oh, Judy, no.
Oh no. Oh, you poor thing.
I do hope you're okay.
If you need anything, then please just give one of us a shout. I'm sure somebody can help you.
I'm just down the road, Judy. You know where I am.
Rebecca says, "Hooray, I'm here. Managed to search my emails for Angela, and the one for tonight did not come up. Something about me and the link and sorted. Thank you. That's fine. You're welcome." Deborah says, "Cheers, everyone." She's drinking Pignoletto sparkling Italian wine.
Sounds very nice.
Pignoletto. I've never heard of it, and I'm not sure I've pronounced it properly. Rebecca says, "Judy, hope you're okay." And and then she says, "I was looking at one of those tonight, Angela Bailey." Not sure what, but there you go. Judy says, "Rebecca, thank you. Just have to mend." Brigitte says, "Judy, oh no, hope you're all right." Brigitte says, "That wasn't the good life. It was ever degrees in circles." Horde and Hilda.
Howard and Hilda.
Janice says, "Richard Bryars." Rebecca says, "Brew, so cold here. I went to the kitchen to put the kettle on, and it's like a fridge in there. I need a hot squash to defrost myself. And yes, I do have the heating on." Louise says, "Rebecca, I'm drinking hot chocolate." Rebecca says, "Yes, I agree, Robert. Everyone working from home again won't be long, I suspect." Oh, I really hope not.
Son-in-law's already doing some.
Brigitte says, "It's mayhem already." Well, it's Gogglefrogs. We always need Gogglefrogs. And Rebecca says, Louise, great choice. Brigitte says, I'm just finishing my dinner wine. My mate Jim is waiting in the wings. Rebecca says she's finishing off her hat from Christmas, knitting lost. And then she says she can't believe there's no butter. Marion says, and then she says, Marion, do you know why? Now you know why I stick to a ponytail. Brigitte says she would be 102. Rebecca got a bit lost and says, when will you be 72? I think we were talking about 2050, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I'll be 72. Great pun, Angela. Hello, Angela's mum. Then we've got my mum saying about the Baileys. Rebecca says, hello, Wendy. Husband bought me a bottle of Baileys for over the Christmas break tonight. Oh, wow. And then mum says, well done, what a laugh. Georgie says, Angela, it sounds like heaven. I love Baileys. And then my mum goes on to encourage us even more and says that they now do a chocolate and salted caramel.
I rather fancy the salted caramel one, but I'm not sure about the strawberry and cream one. And did you see one of the programs about in the factory? They make Baileys.
Oh
no, I can see that.
It's very interesting.
No, didn't know that. Cool. And then Brigitte says, don't you have to pay a monthly fee for club card benefit prices? No. There's club card prices, and then there's club card plus prices or something like that. So yeah, there's two different ones. And then Rebecca says, Angela has turned into Captain America, just a circle with an A in the center. Yeah, that's her internet. Don't worry, she'll catch up, come back. And Rebecca says, oh gosh, in 2051, I should be 87. Crumbs. I hope that I'm still knitting then, though not on this hat. Judy says, thank you all. Bruised on top of existing problems, will recover from the bruises. Self-image also dented. Steamed up masks didn't help. I know, they're an absolute pain, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Judy, email me if you need anything and I'll pick it up in town.
So there we go. We're all caught up on chat. Right, ladies, I would like you to vote, please, for no. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to do this. So we're going to go to this evening's musical interlude, but it's a music interlude, and it's not one that I've put together, but do enjoy nonetheless. Here we go.
Mouse.
Well, I heard the music and I thought that's great montage music. And so I thought it would be just perfect to just pull some of the most recent pictures from the Facebook group and throw them in there with it. And it just kind of worked.
It's fab, absolutely fab. So thank you so much. I just love looking at the colours and what's been done. And whenever I look at them, I always think, I can't even remember seeing that. Or, I'd forgotten about that. So thank you so much for sharing your beautiful work. And when the world really goes back to normal, we will do a Gogglefrogs exhibition of what we did in lockdown. Whether that's in 1 year or 10 years, who knows? But we will do it definitely. It's beautiful. So thank you ever so much for being there with us. And because I just get inspired by stuff. And, if it wasn't for somebody else, actually tell me, how many of these headbands have you actually knitted? I want to know. And how did the event go as well with selling your headbands? Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have thought, you know what, I'm going to go and do one myself. So I sat there, no pattern, no nothing, no internet access, and I just made it up as I went along.
Wow.
It's so simple. It's just a band. with one cable. That's it. So it's fine. So I don't know if that's the pattern normally, but yeah. So yeah.
Rebecca says, if the worst injury is to your pride, then you are not doing so too badly, Judy. Judy says, thanks, Marion, I'm well stocked. Rebecca says, love musical interludes. And Linda P has joined. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
And says, sorry, I'm late. You're never late for Gogglefrogs. Do not worry. And Georgie says, brilliant montage. Rebecca says, wow, people have been so busy. I really will finish some items and get them posted to share. Brigitte says, didn't realise I was head and shoulder dancing. Good to see you dancing again. Just stay in the chair. And Deborah says, thanks, Robert. That was a great selection of work. And Rebecca says, oh, goodness. I was having a chat with a yarn dyer last night. I found some of her yarn. I cannot remember what on earth it was for. So I told her what I found. And we just about agreed that it must be for a shawl. Not, it's for a pair of socks. LOL.
Oh, bless.
Oh dear. The number of times I've bought yarn and I'm thinking, oh, that would make a nice child's cardigan. And by the time I get to it, said child has grown considerably. Yeah. Oh, that would make a nice shawl. Because it's 4-ply. So, yeah.
It's so weird, isn't it? How we buy things and then we have no idea what we bought them for. And then we just stroke them a couple of times and walk off and go buy some more yarn. Although I haven't bought yarn for a little while. I've been
Moral
quite
dilemma
good.
Number 1.
Oh, just get refill.
See, if I was in my normal branch tomorrow, I would refill. But I'm going to my new branch tomorrow, and I'm kind of thinking,
Are you going to MK tomorrow?
I should really be good.
Why? Why change the habit of a lifetime, Robert?
Because I need to make a good first impression, Marianne.
You'd make a good impression in any case, Robert. So
yeah.
Have you got any idea what department you're going on?
Yes. Were you not around when I said this?
No.
And actually, I'm going to catering, and I passed my catering exam today, but I'm a tiny bit annoyed with myself because I was 2 marks away from a distinction.
Can't you redo it?
No. I asked.
So you're going to be what? One of the managers at the place to eat?
Yes. The customer restaurant.
How long for? Is that permanent?
That's the plan until I decide that I don't want to do it anymore.
All right.
Or they tell me I'm not good enough to do it.
Oh, of course you'll be good enough to do it. I'm so excited that I'm going to be able
Richard, Ollie and I get up there, then you might decide you want to leave.
No, I can't wait. I really can't. And it's so good that it's something that you haven't done before. And you're so excited about it. So it's brilliant. So well done.
And it's right next door to the haberdashery department.
Yes, and when I went a couple of weeks ago to have my building tour, I did say I must not walk this way. So she said, why? I said, because I have enough in my house already. My husband will kill me.
Well, I was having a chat with a lady there, and she was saying, one of the members of staff who's happening to have retired by now, and she was saying how nice it would be if we could set up another knitting group there.
Well, I was thinking that because there's a room that you can hire in the front cafe to have it in. So I was thinking that I might go in there and see whether they've started it again. But if you're saying they haven't or they don't have
they haven't. It was done under the auspices of Rowan, but it got very, very clicky. And so it sort of got stopped. And I mean so clicky that it upset the Rowan lady.
Oh.
And I said, yes, that bad. So I said that if we got involved, I didn't mention any names, then we wouldn't. At the beginning of every session, we'd say, "Sit where you like, speak to who you like, whatever." Make it quite clear.
Okay, well, let me get in there. Let me get like a month under my belt before I suggest it.
Only a month.
Work out when I can get it going, and then we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Yeah, because we'll just do it. We'll work it out. So it's either whatever works for everybody, either an afternoon, and I'll just do a longer day to cover it, or we'll do it at the end of a day, like a short day or something. I don't know. I've got to wait for my rotor.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. So, just catching up on some chat. Deborah says, Angela, yes, thank you. Christmas market went really well. I sold lots of headbands and some Christmas earrings, and my daughter sold some of her lovely crochet cards. Main thing is we had fun. Well done.
Brilliant. Well done.
Rebecca says, I started stashing stuff with a note of what it's for, but this poor yarn had not even made it as far as the start. It got waylaid by a nice basket. I think she means stairs. It got waylaid by a nice basket. Deborah says, you're right, Angela. Headbands are really easy. The pattern is called Trinity Headband. Linda says, I have a liaison in the Waitrose car park tomorrow to pick up a pair of kilt hose, long white Aran socks that need darning. Oh,
okay. I had to read that 3 times before I go.
And then she says, glad to hear the headbands are easy. I want to make a couple when I have limited time. Brigitte says, well done, Robert. Thank you. Rebecca says, if it's City and Guilds, then the essays, etc., get marked as pass or distinction, but the final result is just pass or fail. No, it wasn't City and Guilds. It's just, I don't know what type of qualification it is, but it's level 3 food hygiene. So
NVQ?
It's another qualification under my belt.
Well done, you.
That's
whatever. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant.
I've just realised you two are both wearing stuff you've knitted, aren't you?
Yes.
I feel a bit left out. I shall put my cowl on, even though I'm incredibly warm, just so we've all got something we've knitted on.
Brilliant. Yeah, I ran upstairs to find this because I thought this was a real accomplishment for.
It is that. I did wonder. Yeah. It looks absolutely stunning, Angela.
Thank you.
It really does.
If I was going to do it again, I'd make that higher. But I'm not going to redo it because I'm going to do it again with different wool. But that is just so easy to do.
I thought it was a jumper that you had on, to be honest, or a top. I didn't realise it was.
Yeah, a little black top underneath, and it's really quite nice to wear.
It's lovely.
It just keeps you warm, but you can have your arms because I quite like my arms quite cool. So yeah, I put this on, and you've got that beautiful top on as well.
I've got to find the pattern for this.
Huh?
Sally Ann wants the pattern for this, so I've got to find it.
Oh, fab. And Robert and his new creation.
Ow.
Yes. Thank you.
Which looks fabulous.
It does.
Are you taking that in January to show Maureen, Angela?
Yeah.
That's where you got the idea from, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was doing something very similar, wasn't she?
I will try and do the stuff around the outside. I'll try and do a little bit of an edge around the outside before I get there, but it's just one that I'll wear like this. To be honest, I don't need an edge on it. So yeah.
Hello, Anne.
Hi, Anne.
Hi. Anne wants to know what the yarn is, Angela.
It's no longer being produced. It was
Atrophy, wasn't it?
No. It's what's the name? Who taught us how to?
Erica Knight?
No.
Louisa Harding.
Louisa Harding. It was Louisa Harding's wool when she was under contract from the American company, and they kept her name. She left the company. You can't get this wool anymore, but it is I mean, it's just gorgeous. There's so many different colours in it. Maybe we have to try and replicate something like this, but honestly, anything would work. There's blues, lots of browns, bit of peach, bit of pink, and a tiny, I think there's a little bit of gold in it or something. But just do it in anything.
See, from here, for me, it looks as though it's just teal, grey, bit of white and black, and maybe a dark charcoal. Doesn't look as though there's any peach or any other colour in it.
Yeah, it's only
grey.
when you look, you don't see the peach. It's really weird, isn't it? How many colours you don't actually see. But it's one of those. But again, you can see, look, I love me beigey brownies. I just love beige. And black, obviously. I love wearing black. But, you know, I've got a black top on, black bottoms on, even black slippers on. This is colourful for me. But yeah, I just loved, and I think that over the whole of the lockdown, I've always looked at things like that thinking they're really hard. They're just not. Just find any pattern that you can, have a look on YouTube, and you'll realise it takes longer, but this is easier than doing a plaited bread. Really is. So much easier. So yeah, just like I said, it takes longer, but I just love doing this. I really did, and I will do it in a chunkier one as well, because if the chunkier the wool that you use, I think this is a 4-ply, but the chunkier that you use, it just has more. It's more voluptuous, if you know what I mean. So use something with real bounce. Yeah. But you can have them as tiny little neck scarves, but you can put them in jumpers as well. It can have like a sash with that. Honestly, even handbags. If you think about handbags, you could just plait it on the top.
I can just imagine a panel down the front of a jumper being. It would look superb. It really would.
It's and it's amazing how it just draws the eye, and so if that was over like a waistline, oh my word, it would just bring the waistline in so much. So yeah, too many ideas, too little time. But yeah, I think it's something I'll need to do. So anyway, shall I show you how to do a cable, Robert?
You can try, but I can't really see properly.
Can you not?
No.
Oh, I've got a replay. I said I'd do it. I'm just doing it.
Okay,
that's it.
Well, I'll show you at Sheringham, Robert.
I just thought, do you know what? I'd do it. So anyway, this is how simple it is. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So all you do is take 10 of them off. It's a bit hard when you're doing it. So just take them off and put it on one of these things. 3, 4. And you all probably do them different to me. 5.
Yeah, we usually do a knit before and then we do the cable and a knit after, but I know where she's coming from.
I just do like, I've got 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's it. You just stick it on there, and then it will always say cable back or front. And it just means, is it that way or that way with the twist? So you either want the twist going that way or that way. And that all that is whether it's front or back. And I think I'll go to the right. So all you do then is start to knit. It's a bit fiddly. You will look totally out of your comfort zone. So then you feel as if you're all in fingers and thumbs, and you have something with 2 sides here. So you take the end of that one off, and then you start knitting them from the back, and you have a cable. And I'm sure that everyone does them different. Like you say, some do them. It depends how neat you need it. because if you need it, if you're on fine wool, then you can do knits before and after. But if you're on chunky wool, honestly, you don't need to pretty it up at all.
It depends what you're making as well, Robert.
Yeah, but this is a headband. This is, so all you need to do is that. And then what you've done is the second 10 stitches are knitted first, and then your first 10 stitches are knitted second, and that twists it around. And you take that off, and that is your cable, and it's twisted. You got your twist.
If you do a couple more rows, then Robert will see it a bit clearer. And I would call one of those things a stitch holder, because that's what I've used to put stitches on to hold it. It's not what I'd call a proper cable needle.
I don't like cable needles because the ends fall off. And whenever you're halfway through a cable, the phone goes or something comes on your social media that you've got to respond to. So I like them because they've got those ends. And you can leave that there for half an hour and then come back to it. But that's why I never use cable needles. I always use those.
And just to make life difficult, there is a YouTube video of somebody doing cables without using either one of those or a cable needle.
Yes.
And no. And the person doing it said it's ever so easy, and I'm thinking, no, in your dreams.
It's really weird. You know, when we talk about cable needles, and again, everyone's different. Everyone knits differently. I always find them really, really fiddly. And they can fall out. And it's like, do people like DPNs or do people like using circular needles? They both do exactly the same job. It's just what you're happiest with.
But don't forget, with a cable, you could always use one of the DPNs as your cable needle, and you can get a cable needle which has got a little V in it.
I know. I just find them too slippy. And it's probably, I just find that it will slip out, and then it's just like, oh my God, how do I pick those 10 up? And it's always when I'm doing something with blinking patterns and stuff, and then I have to rip about, I don't know how many back. So I always use those. And I know that's not a cable needle. But yeah, it's just me. I'm odd. I'm odd. So I'm actually doing some knitting on episode 300. Can you believe it?
And she's drinking Baileys.
Do you know what? I've got to frog. I've just realised.
You've done it on the wrong side, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I've gone and done all knit. It's knit 2, purl 2. Oh my word. I'm
not saying anything.
The queen of frogging
strikes again.
On episode 300 decides to forget about the pattern that she's created in her brain.
Well, I did wonder what you were doing, but I didn't like to say.
Oh dear, bless. That's me. Right, okay, it's fine. It'll be done. Easy, easy, easy. But it means I've got to do the cable again. Never mind. Oh, Angela, how could you do this?
Look, I think the nicest cable I ever did was on the... Here we go. That's fallen down. Take it out. Was on the last Debbie Abraham cushion I did. And in between the cable, there's beads. So there's a separate stitch. So there's a row of 3 beads, which is rather unusual.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen beads necessarily in them, but can you believe it? I can believe I've done this. I don't think I can do 10 rows without having to take something back. It's only 2 rows. It's fine.
And luckily it is only knit 2, purl 2. So it won't be a difficult pattern to put right.
No.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then I'll start again. I'll do it properly next time. I wanted to wear this tomorrow. Might
You
have to
still
wait
can
another
if you
day
stay
now.
up late.
Huh?
You still can if you stay up late.
No. I'll go to bed. You know when you use something that would be fabulous for steaking, absolutely fabulous for steaking, but oh my word, is this hard to actually take back? That's probably why people didn't like the wool when they got it. It feels lovely. It's very soft, but oh my god, these fibers don't half stick together. They're good wool.
Yes, some yarn is not conducive to being pulled back.
This is one of those. It's one of those.
Like the eyelash yarn and snowflake or whatever, and flutterby, and all of those. They're fine so long as you do everything right. But you drop a stitch, you can never find it. You forget them next to. Where have I forgotten it? And you can't just undo it. You can't see it. So just fudge it.
I totally get that. It is so fluffy, this stuff. So fluffy. Robert, you're sat there with your head in your hand looking at me. Aren't you?
No, my eye is just killing me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you on anything for it?
Yeah, and I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow.
Oh, bless you. What time are you going?
My appointment is 10 to 4.
I will be thinking of you.
There is a branch of Moorfields at Bedford Hospital, I think, if need be. I think they've got an ophthalmology A&E.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one at Stoke Hammond as well. Not a Moorfields one, but there is an eye one there because we've been to that one.
Just in case.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Do you mean Stoke Mandeville?
That's it. Yeah. Stoke Mandeville. Sorry, I never know the name.
I was thinking I've driven through Stoke Hammond many times. I don't remember an eye hospital in the middle of it.
But you know what Stoke Hammond is famous for, don't you?
No.
No.
They did not lose anybody in either of the two wars.
Really?
Everybody that went off to war for both the First and the Second War came back.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the only place in the country.
Oh, my word.
That's why when you go into the village, there's a note that says Stoke Hammond, a grateful village or something.
Oh, wow.
So if you Google it, you will see.
Oh, thank you. I never knew that. Never knew that at all. So it's just as well that I had a little faux pas tonight. So we actually found out that little bit of interesting trivia.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you just checking it, Robert?
No.
But there is a signpost. You know how they go, you are now entering so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
This one says you're now entering Stoke Hammond, a grateful village or something like that. But that's why.
Oh my word.
And I think the saddest graveyard I've ever been in is the one at RAF Lynham. And I'll leave you to work that one out. Aircrew and the graves there. But let's talk about knitting.
Yes.
Rather than, that. Well, now let's see what's in the chat. And there's, we're on about cable needles. Let's go back. And Anne asked, what are those things? So we explained that. Oh, yes. I love this from Rebecca. She said, I learned a totally useless sentence the other day. I like ironing, said no one ever. I'm with you there. Totally with you. And she goes on to say, lovely shawl, lovely top, oblique shawl oblique poncho, Angela. I like the fact there is so much ease in it. And of course, doing that top in a heavier weight yarn like Aran, it would go up size-wise.
Yeah, it would.
Then we go on down and ask what was one of those things, which we've explained. And Janice says that she'd never thought of using a stitch holder for cables and that she uses a cable needle. Rebecca says that she's got some free cable needles on a knitting machine and they are really hooked over almost like a hairpin. Oh, you like this? Which is sort of a bobby pin.
She put a picture on Facebook.
Yeah, she has.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's great. We can see that later. Brigitte says that her cable needle has a V dip in it. So does mine. And Rebecca says she finds that any more than C3B or front is too much to do with just twisting and using your main needle. So I use a cable needle. Yep. And Janice goes, Bailey strikes again. Bailey or Baileys, both ways.
Both of them.
Rebecca says these are to buy rather than hands-free, but okay, well, I shall add them onto the Facebook page as I can't work out. Right, okay, she's put a picture on. And Linda asks, what have you done, Robert? I asked because I have problems with my eyes and I was recommended to put a warm, as you can stand, tea bag on mine to bring some relief. Oh, put a warm tea bag on it.
Oh.
And Rebecca says to me, that's a grip. Yeah, there are Kirby grips and bobby pins. I've only learnt that out recently when I was looking for pins to hold my hair up. These are bobby ones and the others are Kirby grips because I ordered the wrong ones to start with. But I have to say that these I found incredibly useful when I've been putting two large pieces of garments, knitted items together, because they've got rounded ends and they're very gentle on the yarn and they go a long way.
That's good.
And Linda says it really works, the tea bags. So have you got drops, Robert?
I have. I'm now on set of drops number 4.
Oh dear.
So I'm hoping that tomorrow they'll be able to do some sort of test and work out what's actually wrong with it, because it's not conjunctivitis, but it's bloody annoying.
And there's no sty or anything there?
Not that I can see.
Oh dear.
So
it's just so, if there's something wrong with your eye, like if it's uncomfortable, you just notice it every moment, don't you? It's not like if it's your leg, if you don't put weight on it, it's all right. You constantly use your eyes. It's just awful. So let's hope that they get that sorted for you.
It's not blepharitis. Gary has that, and it's not that.
Blepharitis. I'm glad you had to say that and not me.
Yeah. Gary suffers that from that quite a lot, but no, it's not that.
Oh, tell us about the Book of Mormon. Did you actually stay awake?
I did stay awake, yes.
And
it's very well, how can I put it? It's full of lots of swear words.
Is it?
And some sweary swear words.
Oh.
It's very tongue-in-cheek. And actually, I thought of you guys an awful lot. I sent you the picture, didn't I, Angela? One of the souvenirs is of a frog. And I didn't realize what the hell a frog had to do with the Book of Mormon. but it turns out that actually, according to the Book of Arnold, without giving too much away, frogs are the cure for everything. So there we go. So maybe what we should do is get to a point where every single person in the whole world, if we go into another lockdown, is watching Gogglefrogs and stays inside like they're supposed to do forever and ever, and it might actually go away, and therefore
Oh my word!
will solve the problem.
Just, yeah, it's just bizarre, isn't it? So I don't know what a frog has got to do with it. I haven't read that book, and I will probably never ever read that book.
There is no book.
There is no book. It's a fictitious book.
Oh, I thought you meant it was a chapter in there.
No,
like
it's a fictitious
faith.
book.
Sorry.
And there is the frog. He's a patchwork frog.
Fab. Sorry, I
take it's about the Mormons in America, or the Mormon religion.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then when we were in Lego, they have a Lego chocolate frog now.
Do they?
Yeah. Angela. Bless you.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Ooh.
So is that actually in Lego pieces that are made of chocolate, so you can make it and then eat it?
No. So they're proper Lego pieces, but they make a chocolate frog from Harry Potter.
So you can't eat it?
No.
Yeah, you can.
Not the Lego
sorry.
one.
Oh, the Lego one. Sorry. To the chocolate one. Sorry. I'm just repairing my frogging. See, I always say I should never do something like this live. It doesn't seem very much, but when you're trying to speak to two different people and everything else, you should never, ever try to do something like a cable. But I have done, and I will repair it. So the next row, we're doing the proper cable.
Rebecca says blepharitis. Blepharitis is a great word. And that her husband has dry eyes, and Ian buys artificial tears he buys from Boots.
Yeah. Heiko-san are one of the most popular ones.
Linda also has to use them.
My mum does as well.
Anne keeps getting kicked out, so off to do washing up. Bye for now. I've got a machine for that. And Rebecca says that she saw a frog on a David Attenborough program that licks its own eye. You need to learn how to do that, Robert.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say something else then.
Angela.
Well, I was thinking about the poisonous frog. I mean, there's a very poisonous tree frog, isn't there?
There most certainly is, yes.
Louise says, thanks for a great show so far. I have to leave you now, waiting for a call from my daughter. We'll finish off on catch-up.
Thank you so much for joining us, and see you soon.
Sadly not to me. Have I missed what? I've missed it. Never mind. I'm always missing things. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's in the kitchen and think, I need milk from the garage fridge. So I go out there and I think, now what did I come out here for? And I pick up something else and I go back to the fridge, go back to the kitchen. Oh, I needed milk to make my tea.
Yep,
I had a moment the other day when we talk about stuff like that, and I was thinking, there is something seriously wrong. I have not had an iPhone now with a home button, proper home button, for I don't know how long. And I just had this feeling that I'd been on my phone, I'd been pressing the home button to go through different apps. And I was like, oh my word, your memory is going. You haven't had one of those phones for two years, and you're thinking about it as if you were doing that yesterday. And I had a real panic for about a day.
Is yours a face recognition phone then?
Yeah. But then I realised the reason why I thought I was hitting the home button is because I do hit an old-fashioned iPhone at work that has got the the home button. So I'm just like, my memory hasn't gone bonkers. So I was quite happy in the end. But yeah, I had one of those moments where I thought, oh dear, I'm losing years now. But I'm not. I'm okay.
Yeah. Elora's trying to get me to buy I do need a new smartphone, but I want it dead basic because, as you all know, I am not the most technical.
Sorry, that was telling me I'm charged.
Very clever. I'm not the most technologically minded person in the world, so I just want something to use. And she's telling me I need this, and I'm no, Elora, I don't need it to do all that. I don't need it to tell me when it's time to go to my bank or pay money in or anything like that. I just want to be I just want. Oh, Nanny, you're boring.
You see, I when we got my mum and my dad iPads, we needed to get my dad a tablet. I have used a normal smartphone and I know how difficult it can be and how intuitive the iPhone is. And it's really interesting that I don't use 90%, 95% of stuff on that phone. But what I do use makes sense and it's very logical and easy to use. And even my dad will sit there and when he's had enough, he'll click the red button. He knows. And even simple things like copy and paste on some of the other phones were so complicated. Just forwarding a message, so complicated. And I do think iPhones are very expensive, but they're also very easy.
Well, I haven't worked out how to copy and paste yet. I must say, though, we've got a new printer. And it's a lot better than the old one. I mean, the old one was 12 years old. So, yeah. And it's very quick. And it plays a little musical tune to tell you when it's finished printing.
Oh, that's cute.
Which is rather, and it's ever so clever. If you're doing a pattern and there's 6 pages of pattern, it automatically does it on 2 sides.
That's good.
Automatically, because I couldn't believe it when it went and then went back in. What's it doing? I thought the machine was broken, and only 2 colors. One that's a color mix. I don't know how it works. I don't want to know how it works. As long as I get my color print, that's fine. And the colors the ink is considerably cheaper than with my old one, even because I've signed up to do a monthly thing. But I don't think, it's a new Hewlett Packard. And they do, if you do so many pages, you can sign up. Well, I've signed up to do 50 pages of print a month, and that's going to cost me £1.99. So that's £24 a month. I used to spend nigh on 80 quid a year on ink with my Canon, because I went back and checked over my orders. And sorry, but that's a good old save, 60 quid. And the printer wasn't that expensive, not by today's standards, but the old one, I can't complain. I don't think it cost us £50.
Yeah.
So to last 12 years, I think that's fine.
It's really good, isn't it?
And somebody else has taken it off my hands because the printer head's gone. So so I put it on Freegal and I said it's free, plus I've got ink. And if somebody wants to just have a tinker with it, maybe a new printer head on it, and they just want to have a play, you can have it. Somebody's taken it.
I always remember in the olden days.
You mean last year?
No, quite a few years ago. Whenever your printer stopped working, you had to dismantle something. There was a bit of it that you had to get sandpaper out and sandpaper, and then it started working again. And I don't know what it was for, but that was, like with a computer, you say switch on, switch off, and it'll start working again. That's what you used to do with printers. Like I said, I don't know why, but it always worked.
And I can't get over how small the photocopier thing is. When you think how big they were in the office, and they had to have a special room, and they were enormous, great things, and here they are, they're the size of a laptop.
That's really good.
That's what, in 20 years, if that.
Yeah. Right. Would you like?
Sorry. There we go.
Oh wow!
Well done. Yeah.
That's it.
And if you turn it round, it should almost be the same on the back.
Yeah, same. Both ways.
So it doesn't matter which way round you wear it.
They're really
Very
simple.
clever.
I know. I didn't have the camera properly set up or anything like that, but I just thought I'd do it, then had to frog it, then start again, because I forgot to knit and purl.
Right.
Don't worry about it, Rebecca.
Would you like video number 3 or video number 4?
Have we had video number 2 yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. The see what happens in lockdown. That was the what is it? The
mashup.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I knew it
Oh,
began
of course,
with an
the
M.
first one was the 300, then the mashup.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have video number 3, and I'll go and get myself a proper drink.
Yay! I'll go on to quiet, and if you go on to quiet as well.
Right. So, sorry, it was 3 or 4. So which one would you like?
3.
Say 4. It's 3. Do 3.
Well, Rebecca says 3.
We couldn't do a special show without our song. And I decided not to inflict everybody with the Gogglefrogs frog chorus. So that wasn't that's not option 4, promise.
I wondered if it was. It's always lovely. I love hearing it, but I know if you were singing on it, it's just probably like.
We'll finish the show with option 4.
Okay. I am going to have to go for a couple of minutes, so I will be back soon. But I stayed with everyone during the musical interview and swayed from side to side. Okay.
Yeah. So Marion went for alcohol and I went for water.
And I'm going to the little girl's room. Ciao.
Okay. Oh dear. Marianne, you've forgotten to do something. That's better. I might be able to put you on mute, but I can't take you off mute.
I did what Claire suggested, and that is slice my oranges and lemons and put them in the freezer.
So it's got.
So I don't have to worry about
fruit.
ice cube.
Ice. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And so I'm sure from this you can work out I've got an orange gin, but it's not an orange gin. It's chocolate and orange gin.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, different. Rather nice. From the Lake District.
Rebecca says that must be a fair time ago. He looks fairly young there. I'm assuming that's Paul McCartney and not me. And Brigitte says, "Good job, I left the mascara off." Rebecca says, "I do remember him. Do you remember going to the cinema to see the Rupert film?" Rebecca, it was 1984. Rebecca says, "When we lived in Swindon, there was a huge balloon festival in town. I opened my bedroom curtains to see an enormous Rupert at the bed looking at me. I loved it. Oh wow." Georgie says, "Brilliant. I will be singing it all night." Linda said, thank goodness. And Deborah says, so glad that we're not playing the frog chorus. Rebecca says, have you tried the Tanqueray Seville orange gin?
I've got that downstairs as well.
I think I've got that downstairs.
I've also got the Abigail marmalade.
And Jackie is here. Hello, Jackie. And
Hello,
she says,
Jackie.
just made it in time, feeling slightly sozzled from some mulled wine. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice.
I
Right.
must admit, I rather like mulled cider.
Yeah, I had some of that yesterday. I'm not overly keen.
Depends who does it.
Right, so let's do a quick look through Facebook. I can't remember when the last time we had Facebook was. I think it was last Monday. There's not a lot in there though. So there's Rebecca's cable needles that we were talking about. Deborah has shared some pictures of her Christmas market stall last week. That's a reminder about tonight. I love this, Louise. So this is Gogglefrogs spiced orange, and then this is another company, and she's going to blend them together to make a playful shawl, which I think is going to
Very
look
nice.
stunning.
Beautiful.
Sally says, for all the cat lovers who will understand this, and there's a cat in a tree. This is Claire from last week. People asking to see what she was making, and that's what she was making.
I think that's lovely.
It's very nice, isn't it? Deborah says, ordered this skein for my Christmas Eve cast on this year, and it's a neon knit micro striping standard sock yarn. Here is the first picture. There's a second picture, but I didn't share it, unfortunately, of the 2 Sewing Bee specials that are on this year for Christmas. So this one comes to us on the 22nd of December, and we've got Anthony Cotton, I don't know who he is, Annika Rice, and the Reverend Kate Botley. And then there's a New Year's special as well. So that's quite interesting. Secret Santa has closed. Everybody should have their Secret Santa by now. So let me know if you haven't.
Mine will be in the post tomorrow.
And I was so pleased on Saturday after Strictly Come Dancing when they said, now for the Christmas light switch on. And it was Shaun the Sheep.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so the BBC ident in between their programmes this year is Shaun the Sheep and his friends, and sometimes you get them putting the decorations on, sometimes you get them singing Christmas carols, sometimes you get them ice skating. It's quite sweet. Helen says she's feeling better. Didn't know you weren't very well, Helen, so I'm glad you're on the mend. And so she said she opened her parcel yesterday. This was a few days ago though, and there's all her lovely goodies inside. There's Pat's parcel with all her lovely goodies as well. Georgie shared this, which I think is really sweet. Knitted hot air balloons. They must be done on DPNs as well. So small.
They look very nice, don't they? That would be amazing as a little mobile with little bells on it.
I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Is it?
No,
I think so. Isn't it a mobile?
I think that's just how they've chosen to display it, is on something that looks like a cross, but it's not a mobile. Because if it was a mobile,
but don't forget, Robert, I knitted all those baubles, those sort of Christmas baubles for the black and white event. So all it is it be relatively easy to do, fiddly, but counting rows again.
Yeah. Lindy says thank you for her package with her mystery bundle in. Marion says, I think somebody was asking this about this some time ago. This is just the slip, isn't it? And you put the coat or something over the top of it. So that looks very pretty. Here's Marion's cushion. Remind me, is that for dementia or is that for Guide Dogs for the Blind?
It's a Debbie Abrahams one.
Oh, right, okay.
It's one of her mystery cushions.
Oh, wow.
And that panel in the middle is intarsia cables, just to make life difficult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, we finally got our gear, our lives in order. I was going to say something else then. Posteriors in order, and we have worked out what is on when for the rest of the year. So today is episode 300. Monday is a Facebook room, so there is no Gogglefrogs on Saturday. Monday is a Facebook room. Is that right, Angela?
I'll do whatever.
Okay, because I'm working Monday. Next Wednesday is a Facebook room, and I have unfortunately a prior engagement, so I won't be there. And then 2 weeks today is our Christmas party, which will be episode 301. And it is likely to be the last time we use this platform, just as a big heads up to everybody. And then we come back again on Wednesday, the 5th of January. Just so you're all aware. Linda posted her Gruffalo and Mouse together, which looked really sweet. Marion says thank you for flowers. You're more than welcome. They look lovely.
They're still going strong.
Oh, good.
I have taken out the stamens out of the lilies because of all the powder.
Louise,
because they're not good for your animals, are they?
No, they're not.
Well, you say that, but actually, for them to have the effect that everybody talks about, they would have to go through a whole field and eat a whole lot before they would become that ill.
Oh, bless.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've never stopped having lilies with animals ever.
No.
We had a cat, which it was Coco. If ever I had carnations or the spray carnations anywhere in the house, she would very carefully get them and take them out of the vase. Even if I had anything else in the vase with them, take them out of the vase and they'd be sprinkled all over the house.
Wow.
If there was any carnations or the sprays, pinks, she would very carefully take them out of the vase and they'd be left all over the house.
That was something that she liked then.
That was something that she liked, but how she did it without knocking over the vase, taking another flower out, because I always had the mixed bunches, but it was only those. And we only ever knew it was her because she was the only cat left in the house one day. And we came back to the living room absolutely covered in carnations and pinks. But the chrysanthemums or the freesias or whatever were still in the vase. And the vase had not moved. There was no water spillage, nothing.
Wow.
And she was a big girl.
So Louise has shared her goodies and mystery bundle, and there is the spiced orange that she's bought.
Yum, yum, yum.
Marie says has shared this pattern of a Santabelle crochet coat pattern and says seriously cute. Linda has also said thank you for her order and mystery bundle. We've seen those. She sold all of those.
I like those.
They're very cute, aren't they?
They are.
Marion, I'm not sure what wool you were talking about here.
I was talking about the wool, the yarn that I think it's Louise was sharing.
Spiced orange.
Yes. If you go, can you go back? Go back. That one.
That one. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. That would look nice in that, actually.
Yeah. Is it pumpkin?
ours is spiced orange. That is a bit of a pumpkin, yes. Brigitte says she's finished the blanket.
Yay!
So well done. Sue says now for something different. And I think we're then all caught up. Yes, we are. So there we go. So that's Facebook. So let's catch up on chat. Rebecca says hi, Jackie. Jackie says hi, Rebecca. Rebecca says been out carol singing, Jackie. Brigitte says Rod had a selection of gins for his birthday. She tasted a couple and thought they tasted awful. For me, with gin, it depends on what you mix it with, because tonic water is quite bitter anyway, and I don't like tonic waters, so I have lemonade with mine. Also if you're just trying straight gin, that probably wasn't very nice either. And Rebecca says that's what I always associated my old wine with. Oh, and Jackie says no, she went to Begoodery Pineham to have a look at the Christmas lights. No idea what that is. Jackie says she posted her Secret Santa on Monday. Janice says she has both received and sent her Secret Santa. Rebecca says poisonous to cats if they brush against it and get pollen on them and then wash themselves. And she usually takes the stamens out because she doesn't want to get pollen on clothes as it stains. And then she says she likes the edging on Brigitte's blanket. Brigitte says she's just posted something in Facebook. So let me have a look. She says Rod's elder daughter gave him these on his birthday at Roxton. She managed to get them home before they opened, and this is what happened a couple of days later. How lovely! Wow. So pretty.
They're stunning. They are stargazers, aren't they?
Stunning.
Yeah, when I buy pink ones, I never get them that pink. They're more of a faded out pink. So they're gorgeous.
The ones I've got are that pink.
They're beautiful. Absolutely lovely.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And there are, I know my uncle grew some, well, they come back every year, but he's got all these pots around his garden with different lilies in, and there are black lilies that you can get, and they are so beautiful. They sound weird, but when you see them in the garden, they are so lovely. Really, really
Are these
nice.
the calla lilies?
No, they're like
one thing with
stargazers,
trumpet.
but they're black.
Calla lilies?
No, yeah, I've seen them, but the trumpet type ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Colours
They're
gorgeous.
calla lilies. They grow wild on Madeira.
Yeah. Oh, right. I didn't realise that.
She says the smell was amazing.
Ooh.
I bet.
The lilies, yeah. The lilies just have this lovely smell, don't they?
They're just totally unique, aren't they? They're a little bit like, some people don't like the smell of them because they say they're quite heady. But I just love, like, I just think florist shop smells of lilies. That's it. When you walk in, it's just like, oh, great, they've got lilies in. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna say I would like to do video number 4.
Yeah.
By the time we've had video number 4, I think that will be very appropriate to kind of finish the evening with.
Yeah, because I need to serve dinner up.
Oh, okay. Video number 4 is one we have seen before, but I was going through the other day and thinking I would do this because it was such a special montage that we had. So, ladies, if you pop yourself on mute, everybody enjoy.
Morning!
Morning! Good morning, everybody!
Good morning!
Morning!
Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Happy 100, everybody! Good morning, Gogglefrogs!
Good morning, Gogglefrogs!
Now, when my next guest set up a virtual knit and natter group at the start of lockdown, I don't think they maybe imagined it would take off quite the way it has. Well, since they've launched the group, it's called Gogglefrogs. They've become live web TV presenters. They've got their own merch. They're planning some sort of Gogglefrogs retreat next year, where hopefully the members will eventually be able to meet face to face. Tonight as well, bit of a milestone, they're presenting their 150th Gogglefrogs show. So to tell us all about it, I'm very pleased to be joined by Angela Bailey and Robert Rowley. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So what's really interesting about that is it says 8 months and 150 episodes, we had 145 subscribers. And as we sit here now on episode 300, we have 426 subscribers.
Which is quite incredible.
Are you all right, Angela? You look like you're crying. Oh,
Yeah, she is.
oh,
It's okay.
a hug. Oh.
No. I don't need a hug. But it's just really nice memories. So yeah, thank you.
They're fantastic memories.
It has been absolutely amazing. So, as we said in the video, we couldn't do it without you, our lovely, wonderful Gogglefroggers. And we feed off of your energy.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. This would never have happened without you two. So we wouldn't be where we are without you two. So, you know, there's the chicken and the egg situation. Without you, there wouldn't be us. And you're the main bit. It was your amazing thought. It was you getting up and doing something that started this whole amazing thing off. So we wouldn't have kept saying without you two. So, you know, it's you two that are the amazing ones. And I think I'll stop there.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's just really weird, the fact that a few people decided that no one was allowed to go to work. No one was allowed to set a foot outside of their door. People had to queue everywhere. So it's just like, what should we do? Oh, that's all right. We'll knit. And we'll chat to you. And anyone who wants to join us can. And that was it. And the world just keeps going like this. But the one thing that continues is we're friends. We love spending time with you. It is exhausting at times. We all know it's exhausting. It just is. But whenever I see that video, it's just like, oh my God, that's just amazing. And just looking at the pictures, so thank you so much. And yeah,
we had 22 people subscribe to episode 1.
So it's it's just, yeah, it's even listening to like radio and stuff like that. So yeah, some lovely memories. Thank you.
Because what you did was you gave us something to see, somebody to see that we knew, and we could chat to, even if it was by a chat box. You can sit and you can yell and scream at a television, but they're not giving you any feedback.
Yeah. And
I love what you two did. You gave us feedback.
Yeah.
Which is conversation, which is what we all needed.
I think I can safely say that because of Gogglefrogs, I've learned an awful lot about me and an awful lot about how to run a business. And it hasn't all been plain sailing, has it, Angela? And I've learned some very good negotiating skills along the way and how to find a bargain. And it's really interesting because when we see new stuff, we both, for a split second, just look at each other and go yes or no.
Yeah.
And I think the success is probably because we knew each other at the beginning, and we knew each other really well at the beginning, and I think that's what really, really helps. So it's been absolutely amazing. But this isn't the end by any means. We are just literally we're going to use the system once more, switch to something else, but we will keep going for as long as we can, twice a week now, Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah. And just work things around. But it's it's all about, we've always said we'll always be here as long as you want Gogglefrogs. So yes, and we still get feedback from you. So if we're getting feedback, then that means that you're enjoying it. So if you're enjoying it, we will do it, and that's it. That's what we're here for. So we're here for you.
Well, my aunt, for one, certainly loves you.
Oh, fab.
She's spoken about you when she's come off. She thinks you're both absolutely amazing. I know she speaks about Angela, where she lives, because I've had the home manager say on the phone, going, "Who's this Angela she's talking about?" So I've had to explain, because she's told everybody where she lives, and so it's opened up a whole new world for her, and for that I will be forever grateful.
Oh,
I mean, you've made one lady very, very happy.
She's lovely. She's lovely.
Very, very happy.
And and I do think that there is this weird thing that happens when you're walking around and this piece of music comes on that was always the devil music to me, and it's like, how on earth did I get to love the frog chorus? And you know what? It doesn't matter where we could be. You could be in an airport terminal where they had stopped every single flight going, and you were complaining. It was just like, what could I do? And if the frog chorus came on, do you know what? There would be a hint of a smile. It's just that one of those little feel-good things that only a Gogglefrogger would understand. So so it's nearly 2 years. Can you believe it, guys? In just over 3 months, in 3 months, it is 3 years. Sorry, 2 years. In 3 months, it's 2 years. This is just the strangest of times. But just as you had the words in the first ever video, Robert, there will always be wool. And that's what happens. There is always wool in all of our homes. We love it. We've always got too much of it. We can never ever get you round to using all of it. I've had this stuff, I don't know for how long, but do you know what? Whatever we have, we can make something out of it, can't we? So yeah. And do you know what? I don't know. Is it learning more about me, learning more about other people, just learning that, you know what, deep down, it's something in my DNA, how I was built. I just love yarn and you guys and spending time with you. And the one thing that I would like to say, Robert, I think next year, hopefully, we can go to a theme park somewhere and take our knitting. But yeah, it's just fab. It's absolutely fab.
In that case, I want you to film yourselves knitting as you're going on the roller coaster. Or on a Wurlitzer, no, a waltzer, going round and round and round.
Oh, we'll see.
I have never been on a waltzer.
Oh, I loved them. Absolutely adored them. You could get, I could spend all my time at a fair on one of those, but a roller coaster, no way. Never. Or one of those things that drop down. No.
On that, the round and round and round and round. It depends how long you're going round for, because then you can feel sick. So we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go and see if we are sick.
We catch up on chat.
Yeah.
Going back to the Lilies, Deborah says that her daughter's cat nearly died from kidney failure when he just brushed past the Lilies. The awful thing was that they all laughed at him when his face was covered in pollen. Thankfully, he lived to tell the tale.
Bless.
Brigitte says, good evening. Thank you so much. Rebecca says, well timed. That's for the music. I'm just about to start reducing the stitches on my hat. And then she goes on to say that she ran out of battery just as the video started.
Never mind, there's a replay.
Brigitte says, you're not the only one, Angela. And Deborah says, thank you so much for all of you for tonight and everything you've done for us. Linda P says, thank you guys, all the time you have given. Georgie says, wow, you guys should be so proud of yourselves. I'm excluding myself from that. It's you two. It's you two. Thank you so much for all you so and have done. Love you guys. Yeah. Deborah says, second that to me. And Georgie says, sorry, that should say not so. Fat fingers and small keypad don't go together. Jackie agreed with what I said. Brigitte says Gogglefrogs has kept her sane. If that's possible, I'm with you there, Brigitte. It has kept me sane as well. Janice says, and I can't walk past the utter section in the supermarket without thinking. You can't walk past the butter section in the supermarket without thinking about you know what. Oops, that's butter.
Oh God. Oh, it's yeah, it has been it's been 300 beautiful hours and a bit, and quite a bit. Because I think in the first, was it, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours.
2 hours a day to start with, weren't we? Then we cut to an hour. Then some shows like this we go over. So.
Yeah. So all of those hours, we have diverted your square eyes from a TV box to a square eyes around here. So thank you. You're never late, and we're here because you're fantastic, absolutely amazing. So thank you.
You are too, you know, both of you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
So really are, a pair of you.
A little idea.
Very generous with your time, and very generous. Full stop.
Oh, thank you, and you know we're here because we just care about people, and we just want to make sure that people continue to be inspired. And I know that at times we lose our knitting mojo. We lose our mojo about everything. But it comes back. So don't worry.
Do you know
even
what?
if
There's
don't-
one mojo I never thought I had, so I'm never going to get it back, and that's housework.
That's conditioning. That's society conditioning that a tidy house is what you should have. But then you grow up and you realise, I don't care.
I'll never forget my mother-in-law. She always considered me to be the untidiest person, and I still am, but the person that did the least amount of housework. She then retired and took up golf. And she turned to me and she said, Marion, I now understand there's more to life than housework. And I thought that was the biggest compliment she could ever pay me.
Yeah. Housework is fantastic if you're giving to the economy and hiring people to look after your home. If not,
I did that. I did.
there's other things. My do you know what? I've got a massive pile of ironing. One of the settees you can't actually sit on. It was finished 2 days ago. That hasn't even got upstairs yet. It's still sitting there because I was on the road all day yesterday, up to Leeds and back. Got back about 11:45 last night, and I just thought, no, I'm just enjoying the day today. That's it. So that's what we did. So it will get put upstairs at some point. Actually, we'll probably use it all and I'll put it up. No, I'm not quite that bad, but it'll probably get put up tomorrow night.
If you hang things up neatly enough or tidily enough to dry, or fold them up tidily enough to dry, they don't need ironing.
I do iron a lot of things, but it's in a massive great pile, and then I do everything at once, which is stupid. I should just hang it straight up. But as we say,
I think it's time to say goodnight.
It most certainly is.
Have we got number 5 to do?
No.
No, that's
Well,
it.
Brigitte agrees with me about the housework, and Georgie says housework is a dirty word.
It most certainly is.
Yeah.
So anyway, it has been an amazing 300 episodes. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, for watching us on replay, for being you, for being a Gogglefrogger, and for taking up what I think is one of the best things that you can ever do with your time. Create some knots and make it into a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you for the birthday. See you for the party.
Bye.
Bye.